Welcome back to episode 5 of the Locker Box podcast, brought to you by Bench Connect. Harley Michaels, it is Sunday. We're 1 week back into the NHL action, right into swing of things. How was your week? How did you enjoy the games? What did you do this weekend? Let me know.
Week was good. I'll tell you right now, the week was good. Busy with work as always, but you know what? I wasn't sure how the transition was going to be. You know, we're all low. We're all low. All Canadians are low. Shout out to the Americans. We tipped our cap many a times to them. But actually,
if you're on the YouTube,
before we actually go into a recap of the week, if you're on the YouTube, you would see the new lids sponsored by 47. Just kidding. Nope, it is not sponsored by 47 brand. We are sponsored by Bench Connect. I'm just going to go straight into the ad read. Then we'll get into what we did this past week. And here we are. Whites, I'll tell you right now, the ad guy sent me a pack. He better have upped the pay, because this might take me a couple minutes here, because holy crap. Here we go. All right, boys. NHL trade deadline's coming up. Insiders are tweeting. GMs are pacing. And meanwhile, you're staring at your phone like, yeah, still no call from Kent Hughes. This is ChatGPT, this guy. Spoiler alert, it's not coming. And that's okay, because this isn't the NHL. Bench Connect isn't for 8-year deals, no trade clause, or getting sent somewhere as future considerations. It's for real hockey players trying to find their next actual opportunity. Juniors, college, Europe, pro, semi-pro. The guys grinding, not the guys on hockey night. Instead of sending 73 cold emails, this is what I'm talking about when it's long. There's a whole other half here. Instead of sending 73 cold emails, DMing coaches you've never met, or refreshing elite prospects like it's going to change overnight, Bench Connects put players, coaches, and agents all in one place. Build a profile, see real openings, and let AI help match you to teams that actually make sense. Not a fourth line role when you're a power play guy. Check it out at benchconnect.net. benchconnect.net. Getting traded, but you still need a team. I almost forgot.
Are you still going?
I almost forgot. Our great sponsor of the show has stepped up and given you listeners a free trial. Just use the promo code LOCKERBOX, that's LOCKERBOX, when you sign up. All right, back to the pod. Whites, that was so difficult to do. That was probably the hardest ad read I've done in my life. Whites gave me a text. Well, is it... What's going on here? It's too much. It's too much horseshit. It's like, can you hear me? Matt, producer. We got a producer on board. We have a producer on board. Matt, is my mic okay? What's going on? I got White's texting me while I'm doing the ad read. Sound pretty good to me. Okay, so he's being a little too much right now while I do my ad read. Never let that happen again. But White's too much of me. Let's hear some of you. Tell me about your week.
First off, I didn't know we had our own first promo code.
You didn't know that?
I didn't read, so
you didn't. We do have our first promo code. So shout out to our sponsor, Bench Connect. Shout out to the promo code, but we got to talk to their ad guy, because that was too much. Like, they didn't pay for 20 minutes of ad read time here. So let's move on here. Let's move on, Whites. Tell me about your day. Let me know if my mic's making noise. Isn't the AI gonna take it out? I think the AI
is going to take it out. Good week. I mean, like I said, hockey, right back into the swing of things. I'll be completely honest. The NHL doesn't look as good when I watch it now after watching the Olympics and what we watched the last week. Semifinals, finals, the quarters. It's kind of a step down, but that's okay. 2 NHL games or Montreal Canadian games to watch. I'm doing the thing with my head again. That's okay.
Don't get in your head.
I'm not in my head, but
let's move
new lids. Show them off.
Oh,
it's actually our uniform. This is our uniform.
It's our uniform.
Yeah, we expensed it. That's right.
We put it on the company card.
So, I mean, can't complain, but let's just get right into it. Thursday, Montreal welcoming the New York Islanders to town for the first game back after break. A tough 4-3 OT loss, game that fell through the cracks. Everyone by now would probably know what happened in the game, so we don't need to get into that. But, I mean, if we're going to name this game anything, we got to call it the Dobson-Schaefer game. I mean...
Let's call it the Dobson-Schaefer game.
The Dobson-Schaefer... Yeah.
You know what? If we're going to fucking take it back to the Olympics, you know what this game should be called?
What?
Could have won gold.
Yeah.
Could have won gold. You like that one? How about that? But let's keep it with yours. I don't want to take your thunder. Keep going. Keep rolling.
I mean, I like that. Because, I mean, first thing we could talk about is 2 guys who didn't make the Olympic team on the fence. What was everyone saying after the tournament? We should have taken this guy, Everyone was talking about Schaefer. We could have used Schaefer. I mean, watching that game against the Canadiens, I think we could have taken Schaefer. And to be honest with you, Noah Dobson had himself a hell of a game against his old team. 2 goals. The guy has been better than advertised. I'll be completely honest. When we made the trade for him, I wasn't too crazy about it. But the guy's playing probably the best hockey of his career, maybe up to his best hockey of his career.
You don't trade a guy like that. You don't trade a guy like that.
You don't trade a guy like Noah Dobson. So I think both of them should have been on the team. I think they could have contributed. It could have evened out the decor a little bit, more puck moving, get the puck up. But I mean, enough of the Olympic top.
I don't want to hear any more.
Congrats
Olympics.
to the USA.
It's too much.
Congrats to the USA.
If and or but. We saw a lot in our comments. If my uncle had balls, he'd be my uncle. I don't want to hear that anymore.
I'm
it's
tired
too
of
much.
that.
Let's move on.
I'm tired.
Let's move on here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think one thing with Dobson, why has he been so good? He doesn't have to be the guy. You know what I mean? When he was with the Isles, he had to be the guy. They got Hudson, who has to be the offensive guy. He doesn't have to be the shutdown guy. Now Guhle's back, so I think that really evens out the deep pairings. He's playing with Hudson. He's getting a lot more offensive zone faceoffs, so he's getting put in opportunities to produce. And I mean, the guy's shot's underrated. He doesn't have the hardest shot, but he knows where to put the puck, and I think its placement's a big thing. You saw it on both goals this past weekend. A little stat here for you guys.
Hello, out of the blue. You ready for this, producer Matt?
You ready for this
stat?
In 59 games this year, 12 goals, 28 assists, 40 points. He played 71 games last year. He's already eclipsed his point totals from last year. He's already eclipsed his goal total from last year. He's got last year in 71 games, 10 goals, 29 assists, 39 points. He's just playing free. The guy he gets to do what he wants to do out there because he has other guys who are getting the bigger loads offensively, the bigger load defensively. Now he's not playing with Matheson, doesn't need to be the shutdown guy. So I think it's been really good for him. Kind of like I mentioned, Guhle's now slid into that line with Matheson, so he's now over there with Hudson. He gets more ozone starts, better matchups. He's not lean on to shut down the top lines. So I mean, you were a defenseman back in your day, quite a defenseman.
Still am. I had a goal today.
Oh, what?
Yep. What? Had I scored the goal or what? Are you talking about?
You went on the ice?
Oh, I had hockey today.
Okay.
Yep. What are you? I don't know if you're lying or not. I had hockey.
I wanted to know, but
we talked about it. I had hockey.
The fans don't know.
Yeah, fans don't know. Sorry about that. I keep, sometimes we're just shooting the shit. I don't realize we got a podcast going on back here. So yeah, we had a game. You could call it a flu game. Just to summarize this pretty quickly, we do our thing on WhatsApp a week before. A guy will be like, are you in or out? I put in a week ago. I went out last night, not feeling good this morning. I clicked out this morning. Captain the team goes, hey, Harley, what's going on? Few too many drinks on King Street. We need you today. I go, oh, fuck. Okay, looks like I'm going. I didn't want to let down the boys because we were perfect 2 lines. They would have struggled if I didn't show up. So good thing I did. We did lose. But yeah, puck comes at me at the point one timer. I didn't want to fire it like crazy. It's men's league. I don't want to put that in anyone's ankles.
Those are the worst. The guys in men's league who are firing it and they don't know where it's going. They aim for your shin pads. I'm not trying to block a shot, so good on you.
It's I try to get out of the way when their shot's coming in. A shout out to Mark, our goalie. Actually, shout out to him. Shout out to Mark and Haley. They are newly engaged, so shout out to you guys. Congratulations. But yeah, I have no clue. We're off the rails. I started talking about my hockey game.
That's fine. So you were a defenseman in your day?
I was a defenseman in my day. That's where we were. Yep,
what changes when you don't have to be the offensive guy? You've played some offensive roles. You've been leaned on as the guy. Sometimes a guy comes in, someone else, a new teammate, or somebody stepping up, and they take over, let's say, the first PP, and they're the ones who are kind of being looked at as like, this guy needs to produce from the back end. What does that do for you as it slots you down a little bit? Does that free you up?
Great question, Whites, and a tough question at that, because I always want to get points, no matter whether I was a first-line PP guy or a second-line PP guy. I always want to get points. But I think if you're not getting those opportunities, those first-line power plays, you know what? Maybe you could think about, if I'm not going to be a first-line power play guy, what kind of guy can I be? Maybe I'm going to be a PK guy. Maybe I'm going to be a guy relied upon when we're down a goal or when we're up a goal, 1 minute left. I want to have a niche, and so you got to find your way. You got to find a reason why coach is going to keep throwing you over the boards. And yeah, so you just have to decide. Also, Jesus Christ, I can't speak words. So you're not going to be a point guy. So what guy are you going to be? You have to be a different type of guy, White. So that's what happens. You get slid down the lineup, and it's fine. It's good. It's iron sharpens iron on the Montreal Canadiens right now. There's not too many spots in the lineup. Shout out to my producer. There's not too many spots in the lineup. But yeah, as you get slotted down the lineup, you just got to realize, all right, I'm not pressure to get that many points now. I could round out my game a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of a tough question.
And sometimes that like leads to more offense though, because you're not clenching your sticks. The points start to come when you're not thinking about it as much. Speaking of points, I know we touched on a little bit. I had Isles fans in my DMs, Isles fans sending me a text message. How about Matthew Schaefer? And I mean, you got to tip your cap. First overall pick. The guy's even 18. He's 18 years old. He's playing
18.
he's playing like a number one defenseman. He is unreal.
Let's shout out to him. Didn't he?
Shout out to him.
He's 18. Doesn't he have the most goals by an 18-year-old defenseman in NHL history?
And I believe he's 5 goals away from the all-time rookie goals. So I mean,
as a defenseman or as
a
rookie?
defenseman. So he is one hell of a player. The Isles got a good one. So I mean, I think we can move on. One thing I do want to touch on, and it kind of ties into both games here, is the return of Newhook. His speed is just immediately popping. The guy could skate. When you lose a guy for so long, you kind of forget like how good he really is and how important to the team is. I think his speed really helps out the team. I mean, so I love Newhook. Great to be back.
That's a great point you bring up, Whites. When a guy comes back after missing time, what does that do to the bench, the room? Talk to me. You know, you're a guy who missed a lot of time. So tell me, I'm just kidding. That was a joke because Whites is the only person. Oh, no, I guess other people have 100 games played in Alberta's Mangus college hockey history. But Whites at one point was the first guy to do it. I never hit it. I was at 99. But Whites, yeah, answer that question for me.
I mean, it just kind of gets a different feel in the room. Everyone gets excited. It gives you something to play for, a reason, like, you know, gets the guys up a little different. So, I mean, and then his line mates, they're kind of more on edge because they're trying to find that chemistry. They get excited, like, again, to play with a guy. And a guy like Newhook, who's got so much speed, who the guy's like, you know, he's around their age. He's part of the core, I'd say. So it just feels good having that guy back in the lineup. So I think it paid dividends. Game 1, his speed showed off. And then in game 2, let's get right into that. It definitely paid off on, I think, Canadiens' 3rd or 4th goal. Saturday night, a 6-2 win versus the Washington Capitals. Haven't beat the Capitals a lot lately, especially in the playoffs this year. I think we're 0-2 against them this year, or maybe 0-1-1. So, I mean, it was a great win for the Montreal Canadiens. And how do you talk about a 6-2 win versus the Washington Capitals on Saturday night without talking about Mr. Saturday Night, Cole Caufield? I mean, Michaels, you could take this one away if you'd like.
Wait, I'll take it away, but this guy, he had 2 goals in the game. This guy could have had 5 goals with the amount of chances he had. And you know what? Little quick stat here. He scored 30 seconds in the game, blocks a chicken shot, goes back on a breakaway. 30 seconds in the game, it's 1-0 the Montreal Canadiens. Mr. Saturday Night gets the guys going. That was the quickest goal scored this season for the Montreal Canadiens. You heard it here first on the Locker Box podcast. We're breaking you that. We're going to fire our producer because he should have had that stat. I shouldn't have had to find that stat on my own. But you heard it here first. Cole Caufield gets the boys going. Doc chips in. We get 2 empty net goals. Who else scored? We had Doc, Caufield twice. Matheson got one. So, yeah, those were the empty net goals. Yeah, Suzuki, Evans, empty net goals. But it was Doc, Matheson, and 2 of Mr. Saturday Night. They got the boys going. 30 seconds in the game. Whites, he actually, another stat for you, he is leading the NHL in goals, I think with 16 since January 1st. So I'm throwing these stats at you, Whites. I'm going to give it back to you. I want you to recap the game. I'm just a stat guy Mikes now. You call me stat guy Mikes. I'm throwing stats at you as we go. Whites, recap the game for our listeners.
I mean, I think we really just need to talk about Cole Caufield. That's one big thing. In Saturday nights, he's played 17 games. I'm also stats. I'm throwing stats. You throw stats at me, I throw stats right back at you. 17 games, 15 goals, 9 assists, 24 points this season. The guy is Mr. Saturday Night. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if there's a more electric player in the NHL right now than Cole Caufield. The guy gets snubbed from the Olympics. What does he do? He comes back. He's already got, 3 goals in 2 games. There doesn't get more exciting than Cole Caufield. Every time he's on the ice, he's got a scoring chance, whether he's taking a shot, he's going hard to the net. The guy's got some white skates now. I mean, he's flashy.
I love these white skates. You had Jack Hughes with these white skates. All the fucking Bauer guys, they got the white skates. Even the CCM guys, I think they have them. But to be honest, I like the Bauer ones a lot better. I think they look way cleaner. I don't know. Are white skates back? Producer, you had a question, guy.
Skates are back. Well, let me just say this. I don't think there is a more exciting player in the NHL right now to watch than Cole Caufield. You can give me your Connor McDavid. You can give me your Nathan McKinnon. You can give me your Jack Hughes. Cole Caufield on a Saturday night is must-watch TV.
I can't get enough of him. And at a certain point, it was just, all right, he just seems to be scoring on Saturday nights. No. This guy, every Saturday night, it's his game. And he continues to do it. I know I know you, did you say this, the 5 goals away from 40 goal Hab guy? Did you say
I
that?
haven't said that. You could take away those two stats. Just stat
I'll
guy
take away
Mike's.
those two stats right there. So he's 5 goals away from the first 40 goal Hab since Vincent Damphousse, and that was in 1993 and 94.
Yep.
Yep.
Shout
to
out
Vincent.
Ryan Prout. I saw that on Twitter. Shout out to you for that stat. Yeah, so Caufield, great game. But I mean, we know what we're going to get from Caufield. We know what we're going to get from Suzuki. We know that they need to be the guys, Demidov, Slavkovsky, they need to be the guys that the Canadiens are going to make the playoffs, if they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. But there's some other guys, the supporting cast, I like to call them, the young guys who might not be in that main core. We already touched on Newhook. But not only Newhook, but like Bolduc, Doc, younger guys who are going to be around for a while or should be around for a while. When they're playing the way they played Saturday night, it just breathes like a good fresh air into the team. It's what the team needs to be successful moving forward. When you have your supporting guys, Doc scored a goal. Bolduc wasn't in the lineup on Thursday, comes back Saturday, has a great back check. I liked his game away from the puck. Had a nice assist
on Matheson's goal,
Yeah, a nice assist on Matheson's goal. Doc, I don't think I've ever seen Kirby Doc shoot the puck so hard like he did when he scored. Then he looked back, gave Wilson a little sass. I don't know if he was asking.
I think he was asking if he was okay.
He was
because
asking
Wilson
if he was okay.
appeared to be hurt. You know I'm a Wilson guy.
Yeah.
We gotta watch out.
I mean, when you have those supporting guys like that, it's a template for playoff hockey, right? And the Canadiens are gearing up for the playoffs. They need to make the playoffs, but they also want to be successful in the playoffs. They had a little cup of tea last year in the playoffs. This year they're going, I mean, in a wide open Eastern Conference, which could be. Why can't they make a run, right? I mean, they showed it against Washington this past Saturday. They can make a run if everyone's contributing and everyone's playing their game.
Wait, what do you need? In order to be successful in the playoffs, it's essential to have everyone working together. Everyone includes good goaltending. What do you think about our goaltending right now? Run them through the stats. I'll run them for you. We got Dobes. Right now, he's got 28 games played. He's got a .292 goals against average, an .893 save percentage. That is 39th in the league. He's 19-5-4 versus Montembeault, 24 game played. 3.37 goals against average, .874. He's 10-8-3, and his .874 save percentage is going to earn him the 4th worst in the league. Okay, he has 58 out of 61 goaltenders. Jordan Binnington behind him, Levi Maralainen, and Samuel Ersson are the only goalies with the worst save percentage, and Sam Montembeault. Let's talk about. We got to see Montembeault on Thursday. We see Dobes on Saturday. What do you think? Tell me about both of their performances. Whose net is it? Because in my eyes, it's wide open right now. It could be someone else's net. It could be someone else's net.
If it's these two guys moving forward, it's Dobes's net, no questions asked. Watching the game Thursday and then Saturday, Montembeault on Thursday, Dobes on Saturday, you look at their overall stats, their save percentage, their goals against, their save above expected under the hood stats.
Okay.
Neither of them are that good. Dobes is also better. But I know you look at overall record, and it's kind of like in baseball, looking at a pitcher's record, you're like, this is not indicative of how they've been playing. But when a guy's 19-5-4 and the other one's 10-8-3 on the same team, playing in front of the same guys, I think you can look into that. And watching the games this weekend was a great kind of like example of why Dobes has that record versus Montembeault has the 10-8-3 record. Like I said, watching these games, they might not be making or having the best stats, but what they do have that is different from one another is this timely saves. As a player, when your goalie is going to make maybe not every save, but he's going to make the big saves, the timely saves, the saves at the end of the period, the saves when you're up a couple goals. That's what you need, and that's why Dobes is at a 19-5-4 record, and Montembeault does it because he's making the saves that need to be made. He's making the big saves, the timely saves, and that's what you want in your goalie moving forward. That's what you want in your goalie in the playoffs. And if these are the two guys they have going, I want Dobes because I trust him more to make the necessary saves rather than Montembeault.
And I'm going to piggyback off what you're going with there. Like, I 100% agree. I was not a Dobes guy. I still don't really fully trust him. He did have a 9-3-1 in the game versus the Capitals, so hell of a game on his part. Obviously, I watched both games. Montembeault did make some big saves. He made big saves, but obviously not timely saves, and that's a good point that you bring. I don't want to just repeat what you're saying because we do that, but you said it here best. I was not a Dobes guy. Like Montembeault, we gave him some chances. What more can we do here? He's not our guy. It's just, I've never seen a down. Like, I still feel like there's something there. The guy I was on the Four Nations team, right? Like, I've never seen it seems like something's wrong, right? It seems like something changed so much that you feel like something's wrong.
Yeah. And it's not it's not us bashing Montembeault. Like, I still like the guy. Like, he played really well against the Jets before the break. It's just like, right, and he's still going to get games, but I don't think he should get the bulk of the games. It's just a repeat. Like, he's not consistent enough. Like against Boston earlier, like a few months ago or last month, he gave up similar. Like, we're in the lead, he gave up 2 quick goals. In the third period, we lost. The same thing against the Isles. The Isles, we had that game in the bag, and what happens? He gives up 2 goals, whether they're his fault or not. We still need him to make those saves because Dobes is making those saves, right? So you
Dobes is
want that
making
guy
the
to make
saves.
the saves. So right now it's Dobes' net, in my opinion, unless we get a new goalie next Friday is the trade deadlines.
I know before we last episode we were guessing what the Habs record were gonna be in these 2 games. We both guessed 2-0. We were close. We got points in both games. Obviously, we wanted to come out to win on Thursday, but ultimately, Newhook's back. I feel like Doc's starting to feel it. He was skating over the break. You can tell he's kind of getting to the rhythm. Obviously, hasn't been able to get into the rhythm for a couple of years now. So Doc playing well is just firing me up right now. I'm a huge Doc fan. And I don't know. I think we're going to hit the stride at the perfect moment. I think Cole's pissed off he didn't make the Olympic team. I think Hudson's pissed off. Dobson's pissed off. Let's play pissed off. And Suzuki, he's our Olympic guy. So let's start going. Let's go. And there's not too much time left before playoffs get going. And we want to make sure we got a good matchup. And now, I'm curious what happens right now if we, what would be the Matt? That's a good thing to get Matt right now. If playoffs started today, who would the Montreal Canadiens play? You could go on while he's talking.
And while he gets that for us, one thing that you said, kind of like Caufield and Hudson, they didn't play. They might be like playing better because they got snubbed for the Olympics. But not only that, it's like they have more legs, they have more energy. They had a nice break, so they're ready to get going here. Whereas if they went to the Olympics, they maybe not. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise that they didn't go. Here we're getting our information in here. If the Montreal Canadiens finish 3rd right now, if the playoffs were to start today, who would they be playing? Producer, let us know.
And this better be correct information.
Okay, he said the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, 3 versus 2. That is correct. We're 1 back of Buffalo right now. We have a game in hand. I know you struggle with game in hand, what that means.
I struggle with that. You know that.
Yeah, so that means that Montreal's played 1 less game. We're also only 1 up on Detroit, who's the first wild card, and we have a game in hand as well on them. But there's going to be a lot of moving parts moving forward, and we're 6 up on Washington, who we played last night, so that was a big win. We do have 3 games in hand. They're the first team out of the playoffs.
So how can we hold all these games? We have so many games in our hands right now. I can't even understand what's going on.
I don't know, but like you said, we both predicted 2-0. It was a 1-0-1. We got 3 out of 4 points. If we're gonna get 3 out of 4 points in a week, I will take that. I will walk out of there. I will say we're making the playoffs with that. So let's just keep like stats of our record of like what we have. So right now I guess we're both 1-1. We've had it because we said they were going to win both of them, so they lost one, so we're 1-1. So let's just keep like a running tab of that at the end of the season. We'll see who had the better record between the 2 of us.
Yep,
so
I like that.
May the best man win. A little friendly wager, and offline we'll come up with a friendly bet.
We'll come up with something. Who has to pay for Riverside that month? Something like
that. Yeah, something like that.
I owe the guy. I owe the guy right now.
But yeah, so a big week ahead. I'm heading out West Coast.
Before you do week ahead, I just want to say right now, I do not like that matchup if we were to play the Buffalo Sabres. I don't like it. I do not like it. The Sabres scare me. Obviously, I don't think we match up well with them. Producer Matt can take this off air, but I feel like we're 1-1-1 with them. I don't even know what our record is versus them, but I know we definitely lost 2 games versus them. If I'm not. But I think we beat them too. So I don't know. That's nor here nor there. I don't like that matchup.
It'd be a good series.
It'd be a great series. Hopefully, in that sense, you hope that our playoff experience from last year maybe would help us this year. But we're talking hypothetical here. You go ahead with the week ahead.
Yeah, week ahead, we're heading out West Coast for some late games. Luckily, they're on Friday and Saturday, so we won't have to be up too many weeknight late games. Start off against San Jose on Tuesday. We play San Jose on Tuesday or Wednesday. I believe it's Tuesday. I had it in the notes. I don't know what happened to it. Anaheim on Friday and Los Angeles on Saturday. Friday, I mean, if you're a player playing on Friday, that's a tough go because the nerves, the trade deadline, the uncertainty, and then you got to play a game on the West Coast. So let's hope the boys have a good game. We don't lose too many good soldiers. We get in some good soldiers moving forward. So give me your predictions, Michaels, unless you want me to go first. I mean, this week, you can go first. I'll go first next week. We'll play like that. The Montreal Canadiens at the end of this week record will look like?
Whites, that's a great question. So we are doing the swing of the Sharks, the Ducks, and the Kings. I think we're gonna beat the Sharks. I think we're gonna go 3-0, Whites. I think we're gonna go 3-0. You heard it here on the Locker Box podcast. We're going to go 3-0, the Montreal Canadiens, and we are going to take advantage, and we are going to lead the Atlantic Division. Just kidding. I don't think we're going to catch up to the Lightning. They are rolling, except they had a tough game versus Buffalo. However, I'm going to go 3-0. What are your predictions, sir?
Yeah, I'd love to know the last time they went 3-0. I don't think they've ever really gone 3-0
I'm actually,
on that.
I want to say, and this can be absolute bullshit, the last time they did the West Swing, it was the best West Swing that they've had. And I think that included like Canadian West teams as well. But I remember like earlier this year, they had a West Coast trip, and they were saying it was like the best West Coast trip they've had in years.
I'm talking about the Cali trip. Anyways, I'm going to go 2-0-1. Don't ask me which games they win and lose in overtime, but I'm going to go 2-0-1. So may the best man win. Let's see. When we reconvene next week on Sunday, we'll be able to talk about that. But you know what we'll be able to talk about as well next week is the trade deadline on Friday. I got a list of like 7 to 8, maybe 9 or 10 guys here. I got who they are, obviously, and then I got what they got left on their contract, what their contract looks like. I'm going to put you through a rapid fire. I'm going to put you through the test. I'm going to see if you could be Kent Hughes, put yourself in his position. I'm going to want to hear yes or no. Do you want these guys on the Canadiens? Yes or no at the end of the trade deadline. So we're not going to talk about like who they're going to give up or what they're going to get. Obviously, we're going to have to move some money out. I'm sure Laine will be moving out. We're not the insiders, though, so we don't need to talk too much about that. But I want to get to see kind of what you're looking for. In
the
the
Montreal Canadian team
trade deadline.
After trade deadline. Yep.
All right. So Nazem Kadri, 3 years left at $7 million. Yes or no?
Yes.
You want him? Okay. Kristalainen, 1 year left at $5.1 million.
No.
Nope. Blake Coleman, 1 year left at $4.9 million.
No.
Nope. Trocheck, 3 years left at $5.625 million.
I'm taking a gold medal winner.
Taking Trocheck. Braden Shen, 2 years left at $6.5 million.
Don't want him.
Don't want him. Michael Bunting, he'll be a free agent at the end of this year.
Don't want him.
Don't want him. McCann over and Bobby McMahon. Sorry, not McCann. Bobby McMahon, who will be a free agent at the end of this year.
Maple Leaf?
Yes.
Maple Leaf? Don't want him.
Don't want him. We don't want Leafs. Connor Murphy will be a free agent at the end of the year. Would you take him?
Don't want him.
Don't want him. Jordan Binnington, 1 year left at $6 million. Harley, do you want Jordan Binnington on the Montreal Canadiens?
Give me Jordan Binnington right now on the Montreal Canadiens. You heard it here first. You're hearing a lot of things first on the Locker Box podcast. But if we have Jordan Binnington in net in this playoffs, they will win. Just kidding. They won't win the Stanley Cup playoff or Stanley Cup. But if we have Jordan Binnington, I think that would be the perfect backbone of our team. We've got a young team. He's got experience. He has a Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a good gold medal. He's got a silver medal. But I think that guy would be the perfect guy to come in. But at that point, you bring him in. Are you moving a goalie? I know you said it's supposed to be a one-word answer
No,
here.
I like this.
I kind of want to hear your opinion here. What happens? We bring in Binnington. Who's
I
going out?
I think Montembeault goes out the door. We bring in Binnington. He's not too expensive, but I think you could send Montembeault the other way. And I like that. I mean, it's very controversial, but I could see what you're saying, right? And I know you're a big Binnington guy, so I could see what you're saying. We got 2 more big ones, and I want to touch on one of them after you go and we finish this. Are you ready for the last 2?
Yeah, give me your last 2.
Robert Thomas, 5 years left at $8.125.
And we're just assuming that they would trade Robert Thomas.
We're not assuming. Elliot Friedman and Elliot Friedman
Ray Dregs
and Dregs have reported that like they're saying I don't want to take the words. I don't know exactly what the words were, but it was like at first like they don't think he's getting traded. They're like they actually think he could get traded now. Even Schmaltzy, the Chinman, he thinks they're gonna get traded too. So
okay, well I would love Robert Thomas on my team.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that guy on my team. Yeah, you can't not take Robert Thomas, and I think 8.1 is a great price too.
Yeah, I think we got to move some money out. But if Robert Thomas is available and we can keep, even if we don't even, like, I would like to keep Michael Hage, but if Robert Thomas is available, I think that brings the Montreal Canadiens to a contender. I really do. I think they become a contender. If we're trying to win this year or even next year or within the next 5 years, I think he might be like similar age to Nick Suzuki. Robert Thomas would come in. He would facilitate that second line. He'd bring what the Canadiens need, and I really think he could bring us to the next level. And I think if Robert Thomas, I keep saying that, but if Robert Thomas is a Montreal Canadiens by Friday, I think we have a chance at winning the Stanley Cup. I really do.
And I totally, I'll back that right now. I totally agree. It just, my mind goes to the place of what's going out the door. If Robert Thomas is coming in, there's a lot going out the door. And you mentioned Michael Hage. I don't know if I could give up Michael Hage right now. What he's doing in Michigan, it would be hard for me to let go. I'll be quite honest. What we saw at the World Juniors.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of him, but I'd give up Zarovsky.
You know,
I give up a
Okay.
pick. I would. I
Okay.
really
Would you
would do
give up
that for.
Reinbacker?
I give up. I'd give up Ryan. I don't know if I
We
give them all up, but I really think Robert Thomas could be the difference maker for
would
this
you give
game.
up Jacob Fowler?
No, I wouldn't give up Jacob Fowler.
Okay. No, our producer says no as well.
So right now we have Robert Thomas and Jordan Binnington joining the Montreal Canadiens. Are we gonna have another St. Louis Blue joining the Canadiens? Jordan Kyrou, do you want him at 5 years left, also at 8.125, so same contract as Robert Thomas?
I don't want him.
I
I
don't
don't
want
want him. Keep him. Keep him in St. Louis or take him somewhere else. He's not a Montreal Canadian in my eyes. I want someone that is a team player. I don't know why I'm going after his character. I don't know why I'm going. He might be a great guy, so I'm going to take that back. I just don't want him on the team. I want a more gritty guy. I don't want like a sniper. We have those guys. I want somebody who's just going to give it all. I want a two-way forward.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Michael. So right now, according to you, we are getting Robert Thomas, Jordan Binnington, Trocheck, and Nazem Kadri are all joining the Montreal. No, I'm kidding. But those are your yeses. The rest were no's. So it's going to be a fun week leading up with all the trade deadlines. Like one of my favorite times of the year. I just love the news. I love scrolling through Twitter and seeing all the insiders, what they have to say. So it's going to be a fun week. 3 Montreal Canadian games on tap. It also is the trade deadline. So the NHL is in full swing. We're back post-Olympic break. Montreal Canadiens had a good week. Let's hope they can continue this good week. Do you have some final thoughts, final comments for our listeners?
Final thoughts for our listeners. Thank you guys for listening again. Here at the Locker Box podcast. I hope you liked our new hats. I hope you liked the little update. I do want to just add, I know we started the podcast off with talking about Matthew Schaefer and Lane, or
Noah Dobson.
Actually, Noah Dobson, Matthew Schaefer, Potts' 19th of the season tonight versus the Florida Panthers. So this guy's unstoppable. I think this guy should have made Team Canada.
And he's a future Montreal Canadiens.
He is going to be traded to the Montreal Canadiens, and we are going to win the Stanley Cup. But no, guys, thanks for listening. Let's go. We got not too much time until the playoffs. I will be at the game on March 19th versus the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. And they better put on a show because I was at the first game in Detroit, and it was the second game of the season, I believe, and they put on a show. So thanks for listening. Whites, any final thoughts from yourself?
Thanks for listening. Go Habs go. Follow wherever you can, wherever you want. Reached over 100 followers on Instagram, on TikTok, so we're humming along here. Thanks for listening. Go Habs go, baby.
Thank you.